Now they try for induce we for take up. Just tell we they go there with the Scorpion Squad they did it, and where they can't pay the money, it go learning lesson. It no matter who that this person be, because they know for do am. Corrupting a public officer na offense, influencing a public officer na offense. But then the moral responsibility they on you, the public officer again, not for allow yourself to be compromised, because you know the code of conduct they for teachers. We ban them. You know, say not for take money for all lengthing then they. That is it. But again, like you ask, above and beyond all, what do we go do in such investigations? Now, two-limb approach they go on. Minister of Education called you to a meeting where the Deputy Commissioner give them the go-ahead for continue. We are in that meeting. What they have started doing. Now, for ask all the schools where don't do interviews and placement to SSS1. For bring the list of candidates and we write back and we qualify for that school. The current class list for all the SSS1 streams and we then get. The Becker result of all the one and we then admit into SSS1. And then they just impose that with the Becker result we WAEC produce. And we don't tell Ministry of Education and then partners say, we're interested in the outcome of that probe. That is one. Two, we investigation ourselves they do. Most of them questions with the answer. And if we need, we are talking to that school. I know one commentary on the investigation, but I'm sure I say it will be a thorough investigation.
This corruption at the education system, what they talk about, so ACC aware say na a syndicate where top official in the education sector aware of and be part of.
I don't say ACC aware. I got a reason for belief say it looks like that. And why I say I get a reason for belief? Now because if na me they supervise you for ensure you do your job, and you know they do your job and not to one time, forever, till forever, some schools are not just doing what is right. And the regulatory authority in the ministry get supervisors. And like this city divide into zones, you get the supervisor where they in charge of this area all day. So all the schools now they do school monitoring. Now free quality education don't come. We get free quality assurance officers the way they go monitor schools. Then still they school where entire role from SSS1 to SSS3 and not reach 1,000. Then they submit worst candidates them 2,000. Who side they balance then they sit down? If quality assurance officers are just doing their job, this is something you can prevent and save government all that money. Now what they do, and the Minister Sankey be talking at that meeting, then they go to them private schools and where government not approve it. Take them worst candidate and can add them and put the bill on government.
The
what kind of
system get a responsibility as an institution with charge for fights against corruption. Some of them approach them what I don't use over the years, especially for clean the corruption they happen in the education system. Not onto the work rights, the Scorpion Squad, anytime they say public exams, then kid all over. But yet still, or they a lot of exam malpractice them. When means say that approach not the work.
So, well, I know say the approach not the work.
I say it not the work because repeatedly year in year out, or the exam malpractice.
So you go for the appetite behind the malpractice. All what law enforcement and crime busters they do, now for stop the crime. But if the appetite for do this malpractice is still there, as secure as America is, till today then they struggle with drug cartels and with Mexico, Venezuela, and all them border around them. As at the top so drug they come on Mexico, they come America. Guadalajara, Pablo Escobar, decades upon decades. Once appetite there for crime, you have to be struggling with that crime. And you will only overcome if robust and comprehensive actions are taken. And I tell you for a fact, charging people to court not to an answer in it all to stopping crime all over the world. Country that made them prison population, it reached the population of Sierra Leone. Jail and they went up 5,000 inmates and they did. But in fact, they get gun crime pass with all. Preventing a crime is easier. Maybe it's easier, it's cheaper. So what will they yearn for in the fight against corruption? And we agree, we approach that the schools not stop the offense. That is fact. I know come here and don't say, no, you don't stop her. You don't stop her. It still happen.
So now the question of making gains scam. If una system na don't they do this Scorpion squad approach over the years, you know, they work anytime we beke and was scam news, then they all over about malpractice. Yet the ACC say then get a Scorpion squad for tap some of them things. I know things say it has high time for Lona go back to the drawing board.
We then at the drawing board, but not dismantle the Scorpion squad. So if equally then, if that is the argument, they will go for dismantle the entire supervision machinery for public exam. No, I just they say, because not only they conduct exams, there is a whole body, WAEC, paid in that regard for ensure the sanctity of integrity of our exams. And our exams have been compromised for God knows how long. What do we do with regards to WAEC? The schools are not going to go write these exams. Now, if you're not the principal at this school, now you're not the center manager. The idea behind having you as center manager now for ensure if problem in at that school they punish you, the thing they still happen. Now, we same Sierra Leoneans and they take for being invigilators. When we wrote public exams at this country, we go to community schools. You invigilator was feared more than anything. This now all the way people they monitor exams. The invigilators are not invigilating the exam candidates, now the environment and they invigilate. Once they see strange person, they can't dress fine, and then they enter the class and tell the Pekin and say, hey, stop it, then they come. So it's a breakdown of the system. We go for be addressed holistically. If we say the left and anti-corruption one in hand, we will do our part. Now I tell you, so not the dismantle Scorpion squad. Because some people still need to be arrested, like that one will be claimed and tap, oh, Somali don't have freezer. We still need for make them arrest and show to the nation, say this problem still there. Then as a nation, we need for wake up. Just not talk about the parents them. Their responsibilities in this. The schools and responsibility in this. The WAEC, the ministry, other stakeholders, the government is self-serve. We anti-corruption. Let everybody wake up to responsibility.
The issues of corruption is so many na salon. Not so secret, and some man they try for legalize them. You know they even hide where they do corruption. And una na the ACC una and then seem for scatter because the problem them boku. Una don't they do different strategy them we not seem for work. One question where lots of people they ask. In as much as corruption so plenty in a salon, but the ACC keep on they pass international benchmarks them. How do they do it?
You see, these are the realities we get for wake up to. You know we say because I'm over than this salon police not depend doing work. If the salon police they left the arm over and then they pass free, they know they arrest no. They know they take no action, then the salon police is not doing its job. Because not to the salon police na the arm robber. Because corruption they salon no means anti-corruption not the pan work. Those indexes that you talk about, then no, the fact is here, the constant factor here is corruption day. That one, everybody knows there is no argument. Even people they want they know corruption because if they forgo give you maclate free, you mama go from today, then stand because you no buy exercise book na that health center. Then you are going to stand up, what's the way you buy book and the book na they buy. If you put book now, and goes on, also they take her. These are facts. I can't come here and be diplomatic with them. No, you know, what they do, no, they do and so. But again, what are we doing? We get mandate specific in the Anti-Corruption Act. We get functions, a did. We get powers, a did. Are we doing what we can do in the circumstance given? And when you check, that's why we are passing, because we are doing it. Like I say in the beginning of this interview, there is no one corruption allegation that this country will not do something about. It could not be sufficient for some people, because of my one, once they mention person name before they not sell now. But then the due process that this country say presume innocent until proven guilty, and not only prove guilt. And the power, we not the power for keeping a cell beyond what the law say. So when they invite you, we arrest you, we grant you bail. The investigation continue, we charge to court, the court self grant you bail. The case take the next 1 year, so man go to say above case. But that person you know say get case because the judge where them adjourn they go na court. So these are the dynamics.
So it's all in dynamics and we will explain the struggles where the country is still go through for fight corruption. Saturday, December 9, International Anti-Corruption Day. Anything day for let's alone celebrate say we are making progress.
In the first place, the day we self will not celebrate and we commemorate them globally because corruption is a global challenge. As I sit down here, they talk. No country, nothing in the world, we don't win the war against corruption. We don't win the war, then can then demobilize. Then say no, all the machinery we get for fight corruption, we demobilize and like when they be demobilized after war, disarm, demobilize, and reintegrate combatants there. No country, nothing in the world, we don't reach that stage in the fight against corruption. America, they fight a serious one. In fact, then they fight a serious pass we save. But in the context here, we don't defeat them. To some extent, we don't get things them where they indicate, say, these are successes. For example, the awareness where the public get today about corruption, Mabel and Khadija, we don't ever get them before. We don't make public, like that incident one that they explain. So,
what do you mean by awareness?
The public,
what the public don't get.
For no say this na corruption and we happen for talk am, raise them,
so
make videos.
So other end of the public where they know say this na corruption, but they still they do it.
So now in fact, why then they do it the appetite and some form of incentive where then they get from them. I can call them avenues, not even opportunity. Then get the avenue for steal. Then get the avenue for perpetrate corruption. So then they feel say, in fact, if you stop them from like what you say, just not quote unquote legalize, then if you say if you stop them, let them not practice corruption, then now you unrighteous. So now they even pay people for criticize ACC. We get people where they talk thing then against the ACC. They know say na lie, then they lie. Then they really go and talk them. They know that they are paid by who? They corrupt. Corruption get profit, be it quote unquote minimum material immediate gain. Because if you award contract, then you kickback of 100 million, 100 million, 100 million, 100 million. If you take and go rentals and furnish, you don't enjoy for that moment. But the truth is, na cost. That is just one. So what we have to do going forward, as we commemorate this year's International Anti-Corruption Day, the global team now on CAC at 20. Because now 20 years ago, in 2003, where they adopted UN Convention Against Corruption and Merida. And we want to say a united world against corruption. A world where that is fraud-free, a fraud-free world. And what you say counts. So tomorrow we get a health walk, a sponsored health walk, where we invite the entire public, and we don't do letters to stakeholders, where they can work in unity against corruption and raise awareness on corruption. And that public awareness what they talk about. Now they put them under pressure. Why you feel say now if some man they using official vehicle even tell they cover the number plate? As an indication of being under pressure. Because if you meet up one young man who sit on a tire base, and no saying a government vehicle this, you take and they go do what not to government work, it they snap them. And if even we snap and put on social media, sometimes go clean the president watch and that go add to you sack one. I like the no sack for that. They go just tick one more say this man not look responsible. And finally, in our audit report come out, you name it, they say this man not need a job. So those are not that the awareness when a public is enlightened, is triggered for resist corruption. That's what it does. If they make instead of we they under pressure, the ordinary citizens, now they corrupt they under pressure. See somebody they do bad, they pull for make like the video. If they see one can grip you because he know that video can cost him that job or her that job. We see that incident the way somebody go grip policeman at mile 38. Say, I see you, then they give you bribe. That police officer lost his job. We see another one inside Keke. Now this free turn, and the Keke man fet. I see that video forward and to Ben forward and to the IG then. By the next morning, the man has been dismissed. So that is how an enlightened and aware citizenship go help a nation for overcome crime, and in this case, corruption. So it's very important. And at one point, we games them where we they talk about the fight against corruption. See we see the kind of scrutiny where they under. You think if ACC no one works at the time this? Una no more they say can interview, person they really prepare himself because una they can't ask question where the public will not get access to we directly get for ask. And I can't sit here and lie. So why they talk so like what that and watch issue? I know say after some months una go on for nothing don't happen. And they are going to make, I go always remind me, commissioner, deputy director, hey, we owe public explanation for this. So when they keep we on with toes, and that is what it should be.
All right. Many thanks. We join me at the program this morning. A name now Sylvanus Blake, in the Public Relations Officer for the Anti-Corruption Commission. You don't give updates, but the various corruption-related issues them where they under investigation and how the ACC will continue for fight corruption come out in the country. You don't join with this morning. Continue for watch Liberty Online TV. Continue for share with different programs them. You have your responsibility for support Liberty Online TV. Don't forget for join the program one-on-one and net. We will talk more about corruption. One-on-one a program where they can tell you Monday to Friday from 8 to 8:30. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a good day.
And many thanks to the production and technical team we make this edition of the program meet you. Till we meet again, Mabel Kabade say goodbye.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.